Hey, what's going on, everyone? Hope all of you guys are doing well. I'm Film Talk with Mikey, and welcome to the channel. So this is going to be a collection update, a really small update. I've got 6 titles to show you guys, 3 DVDs, 3 Blu-rays. So before we get started, if you are new to the channel and you like things that are film related and you love physical media, then you came to the right channel. Definitely hit that subscribe button. I do unboxings, collection updates, movie reviews, and so much more. So if those are things you're into, then again, hit that subscribe button. And if you enjoyed this video at the end, give it a thumbs up. It's much appreciated, and you're more than welcome to comment down below. Also, if you guys are interested in checking out my eBay store, I'll put the link down in the description. eBay's been doing pretty well. I've been changing my mindset, kind of changing things up a little bit, and so far it's going pretty well. I've made 3 sales, and I have about 8 watchers on 8 different items, so I sense good things coming for sure. My plan is to eventually, hopefully, get the rest of the titles I need to upgrade, as well as to complete some collections in my collection. I've got another anime I got to get the rest of the volumes for, and then I got to complete the Death Wish films with the remake and the Rocky films with Rocky Balboa, and then eventually start the Creed films. And yeah, so there's a few more things that definitely need to be done. I'm also looking into the possibility of getting a few more pieces of furniture to kind of get my room matching in some way. So my computer desk I got back in, what was it, 2022, I believe? No, 2021, I believe it was. And basically, the desk that I got is this black metal on this like very dark stained wood. And I decided once I had gotten that to eventually start getting matching furniture. So I got a nightstand and a record player stand matching that same theme, as well as a dresser that also is a entertainment center. You can put your TV on the top, and then it has a space in between to put like your player and your consoles. So my next goal is to eventually make enough funds on eBay and start getting the rest that I need. I'm looking to get a shelf for the movies since I am running out of room, a small one that I found that's going to go at the end of my bed to put all of my books, and then there's going to be one that I plan to put next to my TV for all my collectibles and plushes. I still have plushes in my closet. So as you know, things start to progress. I want to eventually clear a lot. I'm actually going through a lot to sell some stuff, donate some stuff. I still need to eventually get a sunglasses organizer case. I do have a watch one, and that's helped a lot. So I'm trying to get a lot of more organizing stuff and to start clearing out so I have more space in my room, and I'm not dealing with a lot of clutter. Because to be honest with you guys, I do have a lot of stuff I don't even use, and I'm just at the point now I'm ready to part ways, have a fresh sense of feeling. And yeah, so that's kind of what's going to be going on. Hopefully, soon. I'm crossing my fingers. But yeah, I don't want to make this video too long, so let's go ahead and get into it. As you guys can tell, I did cut my hair, trimmed my beard up a little bit, and yeah, looking fresh, as they say. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So we're going to start off with Speed Racer Volume 3. So as you guys know, a while back I had picked up Volumes 1 and 4 at a thrift store. And then I think not too long after that, I ended up picking up Volume 2 off of eBay. So I ended up having some funds, and I started looking through my collection to figure out what I wanted to complete it, and of course Speed Racer was one of them. And I found Volume 3 for a pretty good price. Now Volume 3 and a few other volumes in the Speed Racer series tends to have some different releases, and this was one of them. This one had a a casing that was almost similar to the Homer Simpson face casing, where it was like this plastic case and the discs were not housed very well. Um, so I decided to pass on that because I had all the other volumes and just these standard, uh, keep cases, and I thought it would look a lot more uniform, having all the volumes in their separate standard keep cases. So very happy to finally pick this one up. This one includes episodes 24 through 36. This is a series I am looking forward to. I've only seen maybe a couple episodes here and there and really enjoyed it. I do have the Guyver, as you guys know, I picked that up. I have a couple complete series sets. I actually just started the Guyver. I'm actually done with disc 1 and going to be making my way to disc 2. And I'm also having some coffee as well. All right. It's a little hot, so I'm letting it cool down just a tad bit. Next, we have Speed Racer Volume 5, which came with a cool slip. It also included a metal license plate, the one you see right here. This one includes episodes 45 through 52, which is pretty much, finishing up the entire series. And it's cool that these individual releases have different artwork. You can get the complete series set all together. I think there's a release that came out. I'm not really too sure when, maybe 10 years ago, maybe less than that. And I think that's like, from what I've seen copies go for like $25, which isn't bad. And I'll show you guys the little uh, license plate, which is pretty cool. The slipcover was one of those ones where you kind of open it up, and then the little license plate would be part of like the front. It was pretty cool, but I just didn't care for the slip cover. It was falling apart anyway. So yeah, so to have the last 2 remaining volumes I needed to complete the series is going to be awesome. I will be doing a closer look, a review on the entire series. So now, oh no, we got one more DVD. I was about to start with the Blu-rays. Um, this is, I like this sequel. It is one of my favorites, but it's not like my all-time favorite. My all-time favorite Rocky sequel would be, of course, Rocky 4. But I did pick up Rocky 5, which was the last I needed in at least the Rocky movies. I don't really consider Balboa a Rocky film. It's not like it's called Rocky 6. I just see it as its own film, a continuation nonetheless, but not, I kind of, in some way, I kind of, uh, it, what's the term I'm looking for? I consider it like separate but within the same universe, I guess is the best way to put it. Now, I know a few actors are no longer with us from this movie, which is unfortunate. But I feel like it's not as bad as people tend to make it. Yes, it does have its flaws, but nonetheless, I still think it's a really enjoyable film. Um, and yeah, I am looking forward to revisiting these films again, and I will be doing separate reviews as well as a ranking. Now we're going to get into the Blu-rays. So we're going to start off with an upgrade, and that's G.I. Jane. Demi Moore, I think, is a fantastic actress. I just feel like she doesn't get enough credit. If you look back at her filmography, she has some really great movies. G.I. Jane, of course. Striptease, Now and Then. I mean, the list goes on and on. But yeah, at least for what she does, I feel like she definitely kills it when it comes to her acting. But yeah, I've always enjoyed this one. Grew up watching it multiple times. I do come from a military family. My father is former Army and National Guard, so yeah, I've always liked a really good, military drama. And to state, as I mentioned, my father did. National Guard and um, Army. He started off with one, I think it was National Guard, and then transferred to Army. So he did one branch and then transferred to the other. And then in '93, he finished up instead of re enlisting. Next is Pee Wee's Big Adventure. Watched this recently, not too long ago. I do have a review for it. I've been trying to beef up my Tim Burton collection. I hope to one day finish the entire collection up. I'm missing quite a few titles. As of right now, I have Batman, I have Beetlejuice, Edward Scissorhands, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. What else? Excuse me. Excuse me. That coffee is making me belch. Um, I feel like I'm forgetting a few. Probably. I still got a long ways to go. I mean, we got Dumbo, Big Eyes, Frankenweenie, Dark Shadows. I mean, just the list goes on and on. But yeah, this was definitely one I needed to add. Uh, Considering I didn't have it. I have Mars Attacks, which is a fun one. And then lastly, I ended up finding this one from a seller who, had a very short amount of, had a very short list of items that he was selling. And one of the items I thought was a great deal. It was like $10 with free shipping. And this is a German release. It does have the German rating. The interesting thing is that everything is in English, like the language, like the information on the back and everything. And then when you pop the disc in, it's also in English. So I don't really know why. I know majority of releases from Germany, of course, are in German. So I thought it was pretty interesting. And another thing I will state that this is a standard on Blu-ray. It's not like a high def, upscale or transfer or like anything like that. It's basically standard definition on Blu-ray. And from the research I've done, and to kind of explain a little bit better, from what I heard is that, having standard on Blu-ray allows a few things when it comes to the compressing of, what is being put on. So like a lot of the DVDs that we have out there, sometimes the quality of a film or a TV series episode will not look all that great or may not sound all that great, or there might be some issues while you're watching. When they go cut to scenes and things like that. From what I, as I stated, from what I had read, is that standard being put on Blu-ray allows a lot more. There's like a cleanness to the quality compared to being compressed on a DVD. Yeah, not necessarily going to be high def, but there's some pacing I think that helps as well. And I know there was a German company that did that with a few TV shows. Excuse me. I think they're like out of print now, and they're going for like a pretty high price, like $50 to $60. But from what I've seen, they have Sliders, Parker Lewis Can't Lose, and the Real Ghostbusters. They're like these digipack sets. I think they do have the English audio, but they're not region free. I think you have to get an all region player. If things start to get better, I would like to get those, especially the Parker Lewis Can't Lose and the Sliders. Those are two of my favorite shows. Of course, Real Ghostbusters. And to be honest with you guys, there's a lot of TV shows I still want to get. I want to get all three carnations of the Turtles, the classic 80s, early 90s, the 2003 series, and the 2013 series, or 2012. I want to get the complete series of those. And then I want to get the Real Ghostbusters and the Extreme Ghostbusters. So those are at least 5 complete series sets that are on my, wish list. And then there's also a few more that are on my wish list, like Xena, Warrior Princess, Hercules. There's also some classic Fox. I did manage to find some homebrew seasons, but they're a little pricey. I was able to find um, Mask Rider, VR Troopers, and Big Bad Beetleborgs, considering those DVDs for Beetleborgs and VR Troopers are at a print and they're going for a pretty high price. Mask Rider doesn't have any official releases, which is unfortunate. And then there's like a few Nickelodeon shows, Homebrew, like Are You Afraid of the Dark, Clarissa Explains It All, Space Cases. Oh, Mystic Knights Battle, Mystic Knights. Is it Battle of Tiranaug or something like that? I can't remember. Can't remember exactly. But that doesn't have any physical release other than one VHS tape. Found a homebrew release of that. But this series is a absolutely great series in my personal opinion, at least from the handful of episodes I have seen, and that is season 1 of Highlander. So I do want to eventually pick up the rest of the seasons. They're a little pricey. This series tends to have a big popularity and cult following. There is a complete series set on Blu-ray, but I think it's from like Australia. And the DVDs tend to, from time to time, depending on who you buy them from, can be a little pricey. Um, I will say I do need to pick up the movies. I do have Highlander on 4K. There is a Blu-ray release of 2, which I think is long out of print, and it's about a $40 Blu-ray. Part 3 does not have one. You can find a homebrew release. And then there is a UK release for Part 4, which is Endgame. And I believe the Blu-ray for Endgame is actually region free. So I may be picking that one up pretty soon once I get a few more sales. Or I just may get the DVDs and just have be fine with the DVDs. It just really depends. I would like to be honest with you. I would like to get the entire movie franchise on Blu-ray, since I already have the first one on 4K, and then maybe the rest of the series on Blu-ray, even if I can find homebrew versions. But yeah, Endgame is kind of the crossover where we get, Christopher Lambert from the first 3 and the Adrian Paul from the series come together. I do like Endgame. Actually, Endgame was like, I think, my first Highlander movie I ever watched. But yeah, I did watch the first episode, or at least I didn't watch it in its entirety. I watched a few good minutes just to check out the quality, and it didn't look too bad at all. The pacing is definitely a lot smoother, and it seems like with my 4K, it upscales a little bit, and with the Blu-rays, it upscales it really, really well. But I notice, I don't know if a lot of you guys notice this, but I feel like there's a pacing thing when it comes to the high def. It's almost like the movie tends to go a lot faster, like a more smoother real time pacing than, say, a DVD. Like when I watch a DVD, it feels like the DVD, takes a while to eventually end, like the pacing. Like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. I kind of noticed that with like Across the Universe on 4K. When I was watching it, like the pacing was so smooth, and then by the time I knew it, like the hour to 2 hour went by pretty quick. So I thought, it was pretty interesting that I was able to kind of notice that. So if anybody knows if there's like a pacing thing with that, I think that's great. I think it'll allow, not only for you to get a better experience in watching the film, but it'll allow you to kind of, go through movies a lot quicker in some way. Um, but nonetheless, it is what it is. That's going to be one of my new shirts. Nonetheless, it is what it is. But there you have it. That is my collection update. Just, a pretty small stack of stuff. I'm kind of waiting on some sales. I do want to wait until the items that I do need to ship get get delivered to the potential or not potential to the buyers, just to make sure there's no issues and no returns. But yeah, there you have it. That is my little collection update. Like I said, I'm slowly trying to finish up the rest of the upgrades. I think, what am I looking at? Not a whole lot. I've Sister Street Fighter, the Street Fighter Collection, Hackers, the Blob, uh, Blob and Hackers 4K. The other two are Blu-ray. The rest of the Batman films, which is Return Forever and Robin, and then Facing the Giants on Blu-ray. And I actually think that might be it. Think that that will finish up the first round of upgrades. So we're so close, so close, but yet so far. But nonetheless, thank you all for tuning in. Again, I'm Film Talk with Mikey. Don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, of course, and hit that notification bell so you guys are notified when I do upload a video. The same stuff I said at the beginning of the video. It is much appreciated and it keeps me going. And starting this upcoming week, excuse me, will be the start of my new schedule where I'll be doing a video Monday through Friday and I have weekends off. Excuse me. The weekends will allow me to catch up on, watching movies, filming some content for the channel, so that way I don't have to rush trying to get content out. So yeah, starting tomorrow or starting today starts the new schedule. So with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow. I'm Film Talk again. Once again, I am Film Talk with Mikey, and until next time, we'll talk films. Thanks for watching.